Hi everyone, so I'm breaking these videos up a little bit so that way I can prepare to write on the whiteboards ahead of time. And so this video is just going to be on perimeter of a triangle. The next video in a couple days from now was going to be on the perimeter of a parallelogram and a trapezoid, okay? Then after that we'll get to area finally, okay? So, perimeter of a triangle. So, how many sides does a triangle have? It has 3 sides. Tri, stands for 3. Okay, 3 angles. Okay, perimeter equals S1, which means side 1, plus side 2 plus side 3. Does it matter which side is which? No, it doesn't. It really don't. You're just basically going side plus side plus side, okay? Here's the first one. We have this triangle. It's kind of odd. It's odd shaped, okay? We have 3 feet on one side, 5 feet on another side, and 7 feet on this side. Add up all sides, and what do you get? Well, you get 15 feet. Alrighty. So the next one over here, it's an upside down triangle. It's not a perfect, equal on all sides. It's just upside down, different lengths. One side is 12 inches, other side is 8, and this side is 14. So you're just going to add it all up. 12 plus 8 makes 20. 20 plus 14 inches, which makes 34 inches. Now, for those students of mine that are going into math only or looking at doing some advanced math, we're going to convert this, okay? How many inches are in a foot? You're probably going to get sick and tired of me asking that, but 12 inches to 1 foot. Okay, so if we have 34 inches, well, we have enough to take away 1 foot. So I'm going to put 1 foot right here, take away 12, and we're left with 22 inches. Do we have enough to take another 12 inches that equals 1 foot away? Yes, we do. So we're going to tack on 1 more foot over here, and we take away 12. We end up with 10 inches, and add those together, 2 feet. So the perimeter, you could either say is 34 inches, or you could say, if you convert it, 2 feet, 10 inches. Okay? All right, got a little more room here. And we're going to go with our figure down here. We have, each side has centimeters and little small m stands for millimeters. So we're just going to add all this up. 11 centimeters, 6 millimeters. We're going to take this one, 7 centimeters, and 1 millimeter, and then 9 centimeters, and 7 millimeters. So go ahead and take a moment and add all that up. Make sure you keep your millimeters over here and your centimeters over here because they are different from each other. Let me ask you while you're doing that, which is larger, a millimeter or a centimeter? Well, hopefully you said a centimeter is larger. All right, so once we add all that up, you should have 14 millimeters. And how many centimeters? Well, you should have 27 centimeters. Okay, next board. We're going to get into some problems, and these problems come from pages 82 and 83. Well, number 7 is a word problem. The rest of these are all word problems, okay? So number 7, I drew a figure up here. If you don't have a figure that's drawn next to the word story problem, go ahead and draw a figure, okay? It kind of makes it easier so that way you can visually see the problem, okay? It says here, a garden in the shape of a triangle has sides with lengths of 18 yards. Well, I'm going to go ahead and draw 18 yards here. another side is 27 yards. Put 27 yards here. And then the other side is 38 yards. And the question is, how much fencing material will it take to enclose it? So when it asks that question, it's just asking for the perimeter, okay? So the perimeter equals how much? Well, let's take 38 plus 27 plus the 18. Go ahead and add that up. Well, 8 plus 7 plus 8 is 23, so carry your 2. And that should add up to 8. Okay, so it looks like you got 83 what? 83 yards is how much number 7 would be. All right. Number 8 right here below. Now it says that this is supposed to be a picture of a roof gable, okay? Well, actually it's not even in your book. I just kind of drew a triangle, but it's called a roof gable. And it says here, a roof gable is in the shape of a triangle. If each of the 2 sides is 18 feet 6 inches, okay? So pick 2 sides and put 18 feet 6 inches. 18 feet, 6 inches. And then it says the third side is 38 feet and 8 inches. The question is, what is the perimeter of the gable? So I'm going to erase this on top. So we have room to add all this together. Okay, let's start taking this. We have 18 feet, 6 inches, 18 feet, 6 inches, 38 feet, and 8 inches. Let's add all this up. How many inches do we have when we add the 6, and the 8? Well, that should make 20 inches. And then add up all those feet. And you should end up with, well, 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24. Carry the 2. And you're going to have 74 feet and 20 inches. 74 feet, 20 inches. Again, for those who are doing math, I want to make sure that you know how to convert, because we're going to get to conversion later for everyone else. But remember, there's 12 inches in 1 foot. So it should be a little bit more than 74 feet, and maybe you might have some leftover inches. So make sure that you are converting, okay? Now, we have number 10 down here. And number 10 says, we have a triangular mirror right here, okay? And it says that it has 3 equal sides. It's actually called an equilateral triangle, okay? That's from our angle days just a few weeks ago. Okay, so 8 inches on each side, allowing 3 extra inches on each side for a corner, okay? So when it says that we have to allow 3 extra inches for each side, okay, it's asking, the overall question is asking how much molding will be needed to enclose it. So we got to add 3 to every side. So 8 plus 3 is 11. So let's change all of these to 11. 11 plus 11 plus 11 is how much? Well, that should add up to 33 inches. Okay, for those of you that are going to convert, we know there's 12 inches to 1 foot. So let's take 12 inches away, and we're going to put down 1 foot over here for that. How many inches do we have left over? Well, we've got 21 inches left over. Do we have enough to take away another foot's worth, or another foot worth? Well, yes we do. Let's take away 12 again. We're going to tack on another foot over here. How many inches are left over? It looks like we got 9 inches. So altogether, you could answer 33 inches or 2 feet, because once we add that up, and 9 inches. So either answer is correct for now. Okay? Lastly, we've got question number 11, and then I'm going to do a question number 12 too, because it's a little bit more difficult. Question number 11 says there's a jogging trail here, okay, and it doesn't have a figure. I went ahead and I drew the figure, okay, for the jogging track. It says that one side is going to be 168 yards and 2 feet. Another side is just 175 yards. So I made that on the longest side. And then the third side is 96 yards, 1 foot. How many laps does it take for a person to go all the way around to equal 1 mile? Well, first off, let's go ahead and find what the perimeter is first for all of this, okay? So we're going to take 175 yards. We're going to add 168 yards and 2 feet. And then we're going to take 96 yards and 1 foot. All right, add all of that up. Okay, so it looks like to me that we have, 1 plus 2. We have 3 feet right here. And then how many yards do we have? Well, 5 plus 8 plus 6, that should be 19. Carry the 1. Go ahead and add 1, 7, 6, and 9. That should make 23. And then add up the 2 plus the 1 plus the 1, which makes 4. So right now we have 439 yards and 3 feet. Okay, well, something we haven't talked about yet, but maybe for those of you who have been with me for a while, how many feet are in a yard? Well, there are 3 feet that equal 1 yard. So we have 3 feet here. We could take away these 3 feet and add 1 yard to this. And it totals altogether 439 plus 1 makes 440 yards. All right, but we need to know how many laps we can make around this jogging track right here, okay? And so how many laps is it going to take to get to 1,760 yards, which equals 1 mile? So we take our 440, we're going to divide it into 1,760. Okay, well, 440 doesn't go into 1, 440 doesn't go into 17, 440 doesn't go into 176, so how many times does 440 go into 1,760? Well, you got to figure that out. You're going to take 440 times something, and it's going to equal 1760. So that would be however many laps you're going to find that out. Okay? All right. The last problem that I have for you is going to be for number 14. 14, and of course this is on page 83. Okay, so number 14. The figure is already drawn over to the right, and it is actually an equilateral triangle because all sides are the same. And it's going to be 4 feet 6 inches on both sides, or all 3 sides. 4 feet 6 inches. Okay, so the story problem reads that Joyce has 15 feet for lace. 15 feet of lace for a border. Okay, and it says here, how much lace will she have left over if she puts a border on a triangular tablecloth that has sides of 4 feet 6 inches on all 3 sides? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, she wants to put lace all around this border right here, okay? She has 15 feet of lace. So it's basically asking you to add all this up. Then first tell them, do you have enough to make 15 feet? Now if you do, it's going to ask you, well, how much is left over? Okay? So let's add all this up. 4 feet 6 inches. Add all that up. Well, that makes 18 inches, and that makes 12 feet. Well, first off, let's go ahead and start doing some conversion, because we need to do that. There are 12 inches in a foot, so we're going to take away 12, and we're going to tack on, add 1 foot for taking away the 12. So we're adding the 1 foot over here. So we have how many inches left over? Well, we have 6 inches. Whoops. 6 inches, and how many feet? 13 feet. Well, Joyce has 15 feet, so we do have plenty, okay? Now, if you stop right there, I'll accept the answer for right now, okay? But again, my math students, I'm going to push you, and I want you to try to find it more. Now, my regular other students that need HSE for all subjects, I challenge you to try to see if you can finish this. It's asking, what is the difference? How much does she have left over? Well, there's 15 feet, and we're going to go ahead and take away 13 feet 6 inches. So we need to subtract 13 feet 6 inches. So it gets a little more difficult. Okay, so in order to do this, there is nothing here. And we have to take something right here and subtract 6 inches away from it. So what we're going to have to do is we're actually going to have to borrow. We're going to have to borrow from the 15 and make it a 14. And since we borrowed a foot, we need to turn that foot into inches. Well, again, how many inches are in a foot? 12. Now we can figure out what the answer is. 12 inches minus 6 inches is 6 inches. 14 feet minus 13 feet is 1 foot. And there is your answer. That's how much is left over. So when you're doing these type of problems, I'd like you to try to stop the video before we are trying to get into the answer for each problem. See if you can stop it, and if you're having some trouble, go back over it, okay? And if you have to go over this video 2 or 3 or 4 times, just let me know so I can give you some credit for that extra time. If you're taking notes, let me know that as well, because it's going to take you longer to take notes as well, okay? Have a great day, and I'll see you in 2 or 3 days.